This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Tuesday. Happy New Year. It's the Jason Walker Show. Hope you had a great last couple of weeks. Good holidays. Behaved yourself. Got everything you wanted. All of that fun stuff. We welcome you into 2024 inside the Off-the-Wall Advertising Mancave. Make sure you get a hold of Chase Cloker for all your advertising needs as far as indoors, all over the state. And team up with Off-the-Wall and Jason Walker Media to get your word out everywhere. It is awesome, and we highly recommend Off-the-Wall Advertising. We got a big show today on the day we're back. Brandon Day is going to join us. Guy Almquist will join us as well. Head coaches of Helena High and Capital Boys, respectively, as we get set for conference play, which starts on Friday in the AA, or this week in the AA, across the West and the East. Looking forward to that. We got high school rankings we'll talk about, and a whole lot more on this day in history, the walk. Everything you know and love about the Jason Walker Show is still here in 2024. The Walk Up presented by Montana Custom Log Homes. They're veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, and operated. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com, to get started today. Well, we mentioned, hope you had a good break. Started off rough for the Walker household as the little one came home sick on the last day of school before the break. She was fine for after about a day and a half, which is coincidentally about the same time my wife realized Christmas break with the kindergartner is a lot different than Christmas break when they're in daycare or preschool. Because in daycare, they get a couple of days off, not 12 or 13 as it added up or something like that. So, but it was a lot of fun. Met my niece, my brother, my dad, his wife. We met the day before or the day after Christmas. I don't remember. But went to Flying Giant. Had a good time there. Took the little one bowling as well. Her and I did the other day. She beat me on the last game. But most of that last game I spent talking with Coach Aaron Jackson, former Carroll softball coach. The first coach in softball, Carroll softball history, now an assistant out at Iowa State for Jamie Pinkerton, also his sister Sarah. Got to see Presley. And if you're a fan of the show, you remember little Presley came on this show about 4 years ago, right after she'd gotten out of ICU, and she had some issues after birth, but all good. She is healthy and has a nice little sister. So very, very cool to see them at the bowling alley the other day. Let's see. Just did a lot around the house. Did a lot with the radio station, Continental Divide Radio. So make sure you check that out on the app. Alexa, play Continental Divide Radio. You can also download the Apple Store, coming soon to Google. And also jasonwalkermedia.com. So there you go. But had a good break. Rediscovered Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies with the 5-year-old. She likes those a lot. She has a new favorite song. It's from the movie, I think the second movie, Roderick Rules. His band Loaded Diaper, they have a song called Exploding Diaper, so she's a big fan of that. Heard that a lot over the Christmas break. And woke up singing it this morning in bed. I did. So, also, I blame my wife for this. So my wife and I, when we first started dating and got married before the little one took over the house, we would watch baking shows and had fun, like the Gordon Ramsay stuff, the stuff on Food Channel, whatever, Food Network, whatever it's called, and had a lot of fun watching those. MasterChef Junior. And then we had the little one, and like I said, she's taken over the household, so a lot of Disney and that sort of thing. Well, my wife and her were watching the Great British Bake Off. I think that's what it's called. Holiday stuff. And then they started watching the regular show. Well, now I'm hooked. So I'm trying to get caught up in the British baking show. It's pretty good. Paul Hollywood. Stud. Like him a lot. Good dude. But it's fun. Fun to watch. So got caught up in that over the holiday break, but had a blast. Had a good time. Other than that, it was pretty low key. Hope you had a good one. And we'll talk to Brandon Day. His family went on a trip for the holidays, so we'll talk to him about that. Guy Almquist family, what they do, we'll find out. And we'll get you set for basketball season too. The high school rankings are out, the first of the 2024 season. And man, oh man, no real big surprises, depending on who you root for. Let's start with the boys. This is from 406mtsports.com. The boys, Class AA, you got Bozeman sitting on top, followed by Sentinel and Gallatin, those three, each 4-0. And then you've got a three-way tie for fourth with West, Hellgate, and Big Sky all 3-1. In Class A, boys, it's Frenchtown, Hamilton, Billings Central, undefeated, all of those. Butte Central, one loss, sitting at fourth. And Dillon sitting in fifth. Class B, it's Loyola, Red Lodge, Arley, St. Lebray, Manhattan, your top five. And then Columbus, Lodgegrass, Malta, Fairfield, and Anaconda. Get back to Lodgegrass here in a second. In Class C, boys, Luster Christian, Scobie, Manhattan Christian, Box Elder, Chepster, Joplin Inverness, followed by Plentywood, Melstone, Winnett Grass Range, Custer Hysham, and Lincoln. In the girls, AA, it's Skyview, West, each 4-0. Then Hellgate 2-2 in third, followed by Sentinel 3-1, Big Sky 3-1. Class A, it's defending champs Havre, looking for the four-peat this year. So I went to the Havre East Helena game last month, and East Helena did well for 2.5 quarters. Had a 13-point lead at one point, and then Havre went on a 30-0 run and ended up getting the 28-point win. But so Havre number one. I thought Havre would be in trouble this year. Doesn't look like it. Frenchtown number two, and then Big Fork, Miles City, and Lockwood. Lockwood's only loss was to Havre by 8. And then in Class B, it's Baker, Huntley Project, Chinook, Anaconda, Jefferson girls. We'll talk to Aubrey McMaster next week. Big Timber, Loyola, Lodgegrass, Townsend, and Shelby. Talk to Townsend coach David Lawson next week as well. Class C, Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale, Luster Christian, Twin Bridges, Belt, Roy, Winifred, followed by White Sulphur Springs, Manhattan Christian, Circle, Scobie, and Bainville. Mentioned Lodgegrass, and head boys coach Josh Stewart is also going to coach the girls team. So they were looking for a coach. Been some instability for the girls program, so he said, you know what, I'll do it. And so he's going to coach boys and girls for Lodgegrass, which is really cool. And we've seen that before. It's hard. Turmoil began. Patricia Reelbird, who was the coach to start the season, was arrested and let go in December amid allegations of drinking alcohol while on the job. An assistant coach stepped in for 2 games, and now Josh Stewart's going to head the program for both the boys and girls. He's also going to remain the JV coach Good Luck will, which is cool. So little stability there. But Lodge Grass, definitely going to be some hard work there for Josh Stewart. Both teams ranked in the top 10. So there's football news. Tickets for the 2024 Montana Football Hall of Fame banquet and reception are on sale today. Went on sale today. This year's class, outstanding. You've got Chase Reynolds, Mark Mariani, Matt Clark, all from the University of Montana. Mark McGrath of Montana State, along with Chuck Carnop, who's been elected to the Hall of Fame in the support category, long time trainer for Montana. I think 68 to 2001. Brock Osweiler's going in, as well as Frosty Peters and Paul Skakesh as legacy members. You can get your tickets by emailing, calling, get a message to the mtfootballhof.com. Also, all Montana Universal Athletic stores have tickets for purchase. That banquet is coming up June 21st and 22nd at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Can't wait to get back down, do the show Thursday from down there. You've got the golf tournament Friday, the banquet and reception Saturday, also the red carpet event, and much more for that. And also coming back this second year, man, we did it for the first time last June, but the Speak Up Symposium on mental health for student athletes will be back as well. And you'll see Montana Football Hall of Fame stuff all over the place this spring and summer. So get your tickets for that banquet. You don't want to miss it. It is an absolute blast. And met some great people. You meet up with some great people. You get, who'd have thought that me, a Bobcat fan, would become friends with Wayne Harper and Rocky Cleaver, two of the biggest Grizz from back in the day. But they are, the whole class, everybody that's been nominated, most everybody comes back. It's just super awesome. So if you get a chance to go down, and if you've been, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't gone and you want your school represented, let us know. I'm on the board, so you can get a hold of me, Jason at jasonwalkersports.com or Jason at jasonwalkermedia.com. You can get a hold of myself or just get a hold of us through the mtfootballhof.com website. But highly, highly, highly recommend that. Let's see, what else? Just kind of get back into the swing of things. You know, you have the break. It's kind of funny. You have the break, but then all of a sudden it's, whoa. We're into conference season for basketball. Wrestling still going strong, swimming as well. But, man, conference play begins this week across the state, and it is going to be on for the next couple of months. It'll be here fast, and the season will end before we know it. So enjoy all the hoops, wrestling, winter sports, swimming as well. So, and then, of course, little football game down in Frisco, Texas, Sunday afternoon. Montana, South Dakota State. It's so weird not to say North Dakota State, but Montana and South Dakota State. Grizz in the championship for the first time since 2009. Can Bobby Houck finally win one? Grizz 2-5 all time in the FCS championship. Won it in 95 and 01. Houck has lost 3 of them, including back-to-back years. Was that 08-09, so, or 07-08, something like that. Anyway, and if you're a Cat fan, do you root for the Grizz? I say no. Ryan Featherston would agree with me. He's a Grizz. He did not root for the Cats a couple years ago. And don't give me we got to root for Montana kids. You want all the Montana kids to be, successful, obviously, but from the state of Montana. But when it comes to rivalries, man, I don't think Michigan State was rooting for Michigan yesterday to beat Alabama. Washington State wasn't rooting for Washington. So it's a rivalry, and that's what makes Cat Grizz so much fun is the rivalry. Grizz did lose wide receiver Nick Williams to the transfer portal during the holidays. Also picked up Cade Cutler, transferred from Montana State to the Grizz. And there you go. You know what's cool, though, about the national championship for FBS coming up on next Monday is former Tech coach Chuck Morrell coaching in the national championship next week for Washington. He's the co-defensive coordinator out there, which is pretty cool. Coach Morrell's a great, great dude. Absolutely enjoyed my time covering him when he was at Tech. So, nice guy. All right. Whew. Fast and Furious. Not a Christmas movie. I did think of a couple others. Gremlins, Christmas movie. Right? Love Actually. I've never seen it, but apparently it's a Christmas movie. The Holiday. So there you go. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. When we return, Brandon Day will join us, the Helena High boys coach. How'd he spend his holiday with the family? And getting back to the grind and look ahead to Flathead Glacier this week. Guy Almquist from Capital is going to join us as well. Same opponents, both of them on the road, Helena High and Capital this week. That means the girls are at home Friday and Saturday. We'll talk to girls coaches tomorrow. And, Alex Eshelman, our great friend Alex Eshelman, is going to join us on Thursday because she obviously is going to the national championship with the Big Sky team, but she's also going to be co-hosting an award show for awards. So Alex will join us on Thursday as well. So looking forward to that. It'll be fun to chat with her and catch up with her. She's done a great job in a year with the Big Sky Conference. Social media director, and man, killing it. Absolutely killing it. All right, quick break. The Walk Up brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. Over 50 years experience, 3 different divisions, 15-plus different floor plans. They'll work with you. They're going to craft a home that's going to last for generations. Get a hold of Montana Custom Log Homes, yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Quick break. Brandon Day, when we return to the Off-the-Wall Mancave here on a Tuesday, New Year, Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
For more than 20 years, Off-the-Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off-the-Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high-traffic locations. Let Off-the-Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off-the-Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation. Winters in Montana can be cold and snowy, so let Auto Concepts set up your vehicle with a remote starter system. A remote starter will get your car or truck warmed up on those cold Montana mornings before work or taking the kids to school. Auto Concepts is also the go-to place for everything to enhance your ride, from bumper guards to bed rugs and tonneau covers too. Let Auto Concepts make your commute or drive comfortable. Auto Concepts in Helena, the auto enhancement professionals.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from the Lundy Center, the Copper Club Casino.
There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us.
military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
All right, welcome back. Jason Walker Show. Apparently we don't have music to rejoin, so okay, no big deal. Just the first technical mishap of 2024. I'm sure there'll be hundreds more if you know and follow the show. All right, welcome back. Off-the-Wall Mancave, Jason Walker Show here on a Tuesday. Happy New Year. It is, let's do it officially with this.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
All right, there we go. No music, but we got the big voice guy. Okay. Oh man, I love this. Okay, we're still on, so that's good. Just music's not working. That's fine. We'll figure it out. You know. Hey, the show had a break too. Conference play in the Western AA opens up this week, and the Eastern AA, and that includes the Helena High boys, 1-3 on the year, I think. Did they won? 0-4? I think they're 0-4. Anyway, they will be up in the Flathead Valley this week, and joining us now to talk about how he spent his Christmas break and much more is the head coach in his 7th season, Brandon Day, here, Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, Happy New Year. How were the holidays? You guys should have planned this trip last year in 22 when it was like 30 below and 3 feet of snow on the ground instead of, decent temperatures in Montana. But a very nice trip for the Day family, it looked like.
Yes, it was. It was nice to get away, enjoy a little bit of sun. It's my first trip to Hawaii since I was in college. We went when I first went to Western. We went down there, but so it's been a little while. So it was nice to get down there. It was an enjoyable trip for sure.
What part were you at?
We were in Kona, in the Big Island.
Oh, okay. My son is in Honolulu, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we went for when I was in college. We went there and we played in a little tournament.
Okay.
So,
oh, yeah. Yeah. One of those fun December tournaments in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you go there just for basketball, right?
Yeah, that's why when they had I remember the women's basketball tournament they used to have in Las Vegas in December, which never seemed like a good idea for the Frontier Conference to be have a bunch of kids in Vegas for a few days.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun then. It was a lot of fun now. It's always nice, the travel is getting there is pretty miserable. It's don't get much sleep going there and back, but I can't complain too much since you're in Hawaii.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Brandon Day joining us, the Helena High boys coach. Okay, you were in Hawaii. When did you guys get back to practice?
Our first practice back.
Good practices?
Always coming back is always a little, the boys are a little rusty, but they're actually really good practices. Our first few practices were great. They had little lulls, kind of in certain moments, but for the most part, they were good.
As a coach, do you worry when you come back to a practice after a few days off just because of that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's always a battle too of, how many days do you give them off? I've gone back and forth. I've come back after Christmas and had practice, but the older I've gotten, the more I've understand the importance of family time. So I've started to give people more time. Plus, it gives family the opportunity to go do something. So Yeah, it's hard. It's a tough balance. Having holidays in your season is a tough thing to work around.
Well, and it seems like basketball gets hosed a little bit the worst because you have, you start before Thanksgiving with practice, and then you're off for a couple days, and then you come back and you get going with the season, and then you've got, Christmas break and New Year's break, and then you've got school days off because of various government holidays coming up. So it seems like basketball has the worst part of it when it comes to scheduling.
Yeah, it's a long season, so you're absolutely right. You go through all the holidays, you got a lot going on, and families want to get away and do stuff, and it definitely presents some problems. But as the kids get older, they do a better job with it.
Yeah.
But the younger years, they certainly struggle. We have a lot of kids miss it early.
Yeah, well, and those kids that aren't seeing the floor a lot are like, I can miss a practice or two.
Yeah.
Which is fine. As long as you get those 10 in at the start of the year, you're good to go.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Back to seriousness this week, though, for Helena High, as you guys head up to the Flathead Valley to open conference play. They all matter from this point on until the middle of March. So what's the message to the guys this week as you guys head into the conference play?
It's tough because, now, I'm hoping that we have Tevin coming back here. If it's with him, that changes the lineup. So it's almost like you kind of starting fresh again with trying to figure out rotations and that kind of thing. But, you get a lot of good time in the early. Hopefully we do that, but just going in. We're a lot of guys with a lot of, very little experience. So we're hoping we could develop that experience and you can get some wins. Kalispell's a tough place to win. So hopefully we can, get up there and see what we can do and get at least one win up there.
You open up with Flathead. What do you expect from the Braves?
Since they, lost a group of their guys to Glacier, and they had a group of guys transfer, so they're definitely down this year. But it's a tough place to play. They're always scrappy and the trap and
there you are. I thought we lost you for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, it's so I'm hoping we can get up to Flathead and cause some problems for sure up there.
And then Glacier on Saturday afternoon. That's going to be a very tough one, as you said. They got some kids from Flathead, but Glacier's notoriously pretty good anyway. They didn't need any help, but they're going to get it with some Flathead guys. But what do you expect from the Wolfpack?
Yeah, the big thing with them is they're huge. I mean, they're just big. They're 6'4" to 6'6", and their starting lineup. They're long. They're big kids in general. So they're really tough to keep off the boards. They do a really good job of controlling the defensive boards. We're hoping we can get after them a little bit with some ball pressure there. That's probably one of their weaknesses this year is they don't handle the ball as well. They don't shoot as well as they have in the past. Now that I said that, they'll probably shoot like that. But no, so they're a little bit different in that regard. Last year, they could really shoot the ball too. And then they have, one of their guys from Flathead he's not back yet. He's not eligible yet. He'll make a big difference when he comes back. Okay. He's he plays a guard. Noah Cummings, he was a talented player from Flathead. So, hopefully we can get after him, cause some problems in the front court, try and do what we can on the rebounding side of things.
It is National Buffet Day today, which seems a little odd because we just got done celebrating holidays where everybody ate. So, best buffet you've ever had?
I don't do a lot of buffets. Since college, I don't know if I've had a buffet since college, but I would the old Vegas buffets back in the old days.
Oh, yeah.
Was kind of my go-to, but other than that, that's about the only ones that I've participated in.
You weren't a Golden Corral fan?
No, that's what I mean. Like, we went there when we were college kids, and we loved to just eat. But since I've gotten older, I know we don't do a lot of Golden Corral.
Little awareness as you age.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Coach, Happy New Year. Looking forward to AA conference play getting going across the East and the West this week. And good luck. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy your trip to the Flathead this weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
That is Brandon Day joining us here, Jason Walker Show. The Bengals headed up as well as Helena High, or Capital. We'll talk to Guy Almquist in a few minutes as well. But there you go. Should be fun. Conference play is always great, man. Always great. Cats Grizz. Speaking of conference, opened up Big Sky play during the break, and each went 1-1. I think the Bobcat women are 2-0, and the Lady Grizz 2-0 in conference play too. So good stuff there. Frontier rolling along. They wrap up non-conference play, I think this week, or start conference play this week. Yeah, they start conference play this weekend. So we're in it. Love it. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. When we return, Off-the-Wall Mancave, Guy Almquist. He'll join us. Also, the walk-off on this day in history and more coming up here. Jason Walker Show.
Strength.
Whoa, there we go.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Jason Walker here, and if you're like me, some nights are mine to cook at home, and there's only one place that I know I can trust for a quick, easy meal for my family. Dinner's Done Right. When I stop into Dinner's Done Right, I trust that there will be a great selection of food that is healthy and easy to cook, either that night with their ready-to-make dinners, or I can plan for a weekend dinner from their frozen choices. And when I'm out and about in town, I know I can stop in for the grab-and-go salad bar with the freshest ingredients and homemade dressings. For monthly menus and more, visit dinnersdoneright.com. For more than 20 years, Off-the-Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off-the-Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high-traffic locations. Let Off-the-Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off-the-Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Winters in Montana can be cold and snowy, so let Auto Concepts set up your vehicle with a remote starter system. A remote starter will get your car or truck warmed up on those cold Montana mornings before work or taking the kids to school. Auto Concepts is also the go-to place for everything to enhance your ride, from bumper guards to bed rugs and tonneau covers too. Let Auto Concepts make your commute or drive comfortable. Auto Concepts in Helena, the auto enhancement professionals. There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. Who we kidding? We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or two. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from Molendi Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Gotta turn the mic. That's 3 now. 3 technical, and it's all because we're starting 2024 off with a bang. Off-the-Wall Mancave. Welcome back. Jason Walker Show. By the way, you can hear this show on Continental Divide Radio, 5 o'clock Mountain Time each day. So there you go. Check out Continental Divide Radio at jasonwalkermedia.com. This segment brought to you by Copper Club Casino. Drink and gamble responsibly. We talked to Brandon Day about opening up at Flathead and Glacier. Guy Almquist is next. He is the Capital Boys coach, and he will fill us in right now. Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, Happy New Year. How was your Christmas break with the family?
Not bad. We drove out to Puyallup area in Washington and had a little family time, and then spent New Year's here with my side of the family. So refreshed and ready to hit the second half of the year.
Do you stay up till midnight anymore?
Yeah, I did. Our family stayed up, and I think I was fast asleep by 12:10. So, yes, I do stay up, so I feel good about that. But I'm not not much past that, that's for sure.
That is awesome. I tend to agree with that. Guys at our age, you know, it's tough to stay up that late anymore.
It is. There's just we're fitting a lot in our days, Jason. We're fitting a lot in our days. We don't have time for that after 12 nonsense.
That's right. Plus, when the family's asleep, like the wife's asleep, it's like, who are you going to kiss at midnight?
That's right. No, we had the whole family was up.
Okay.
So, we did make her as a group there, but we got practice the next morning, so we got to get to bed and be rested.
There you go. Do you, as the older you get, do you push practice back a little bit, or do you guys go pretty early in the morning on New Year's Day?
I probably over time have pushed it back just a little. We had film at 9 and practice at 10, but back in the day we would be at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock for sure. So I've probably moved it back just a little, thinking about families in general, my own included. So right. we pushed it back a little bit.
See, I've always thought that, like, coaches, you can be too hard. Like, the kids are going to have some fun. They're going to stay up late. So just, they're kids.
Well, you want to have a productive practice too. You want to make sure you're not going there and just wasting the day. And so, I think it goes back to two things: making sure you can have a productive practice. So start within reason, and then also, you got to pick your battles a little bit too.
100%. And teenagers these days aren't like teenagers when you and I were growing up.
Yeah, I don't know what you can compare them to, honestly.
Guy Almquist, the Capital Boys coach, joining us. What's going to be the message this week? Because conference play starts, the games really, really count now this weekend.
Yeah, it hasn't gone how we had hoped per se in terms of record, but the one thing we knew we get out of the preseason was that we were going to find out what we need to get better at, and we've got 8 practices here before our first conference games starting right after break, and really are trying to dial in and get better at that stuff, and that makes a difference at winning time. We've been close. We've led the fourth quarter of both our last 2 games. We just haven't been able to 32 minutes together. And there's just a few fundamental things: defensively, rebounding, taking care of the ball, that if we're just a little bit better, just 5% better, 10% better, make a big difference. So kids have been doing a good job working on those specific things, and we've still got more time to do that here before the first game Friday.
Yeah, you got 3 practices before that, but then you head up to Glacier, a very big team, and they got some transfers from Flathead. So what do you expect from the Wolfpack?
Yeah, Glacier's a talented team. Been a good program for a long time under Coach Harkins. As you stated, good size. We're not the biggest team in the world, so that size we need to be prepared for. Some new guys that I think they're just trying to fit in the fold and learn how to play together. That's not easy. It sounds great getting that influx of kids, but trying to learn to play together matters. And so we know it's going to be tough competition, 2 games back-to-back up there, but our kids are looking forward to it. We are tied for first in our league right now, 0-0 with everybody else.
That's right.
We can correct some of our early warts, our early flaws. I think we're going to be in position to get some wins up there.
How much does it help that you played those teams from the East that were a little bit bigger to help you guys defensively to decide how we're gonna play defense down on the post?
I think it's helped quite a bit. I was a little surprised at some of the size that we faced, frankly, and we didn't always handle it well. And then we had Daniel Larson, one of our bigger, more athletic bigs, hurt his thumb after that first game. He didn't play the last 3. We're hoping he's back. I think we're going to be more prepared. Hopefully, as a coach, I've done a better job preparing our guys for that size and how we need to play that. We got to be a little bit more physical than we have been. And it's going to pay off as long as we learn those lessons that we took. You either win or you learn. And if we learn from them and get better, it's going to pay dividends hopefully this weekend.
Well, the good thing is, you don't have to play Columbus. They got the 6'9" kid, Hayden Stephenson, so you don't have to play anybody 6'9".
No. I watched him play this last spring. He's actually got some nice ability. I think he's a good long-term project for somebody in the frontier for sure. But no one's got that type of size, and sometimes it's not necessarily height either. It's the physical play, and we just need to be more physical as a group. We've kind of let other teams dictate that a little bit, and we need to be the one who dictates that physicality early in games going forward.
Well, when you mentioned that too, the physicality, because I look back at some of those Carroll teams that I got to cover. They were tall, but a lot of them were lanky. But at times you had a guy like a Zach Taylor or Shamrock Campbell, who really well, that they were 6 foot, 6'1", but they were physical. And, they didn't look the biggest, but they were strong dudes.
Absolutely. Certainly that there's a physical aspect to it, but being physical is a mental thing too. It's a mental approach of a frame of mind. And I just don't think, we new kids going out there and they're anxious to pass the ball around and fly around the court and forgot that this game is a very physical game, honestly. And so our frame of mind, I think, has hopefully seen a fundamental shift. We don't like to be on the wrong end of the score column, right? And so I think we've seen that work. It's on film, and the kids have taken to that. And again, I hope for some good results this week.
A couple final questions. It is National Buffet Day today. What was your favorite buffet you've had?
Oh man, favorite buffet probably got to be in Vegas. Got to be in Vegas. I'm thinking, what are some of the big ones in Vegas? A couple of years ago, down there for basketball, we had right after COVID, we had a buffet. That was probably certainly my favorite.
Well, there's some good ones in the main ones, but Fremont Street has probably the best buffets.
Yeah, I haven't been on Fremont a lot.
Okay,
I gotta say, at least for some time, but I'd say I appreciate the old Vegas buffets. I back in the day, the Wynn, that was a pretty solid one. But that's probably what I go to, and you can't beat a good buffet, that's for sure.
All right, I know who you're picking this weekend on Sunday's FCS championship. Why will the Grizzlies beat South Dakota State?
Whew. Yeah, I think I have to pick them with my heart. But there have been lots of games this year where I didn't know if they would be come out on the right side, and they proved me wrong, thankfully. I think that team's pretty resilient. pretty resilient. And I think 2-3 weeks of preparation in that first quarter, the Grizz are going to come out with some new stuff, catch South Dakota State off guard. That's what I'm hoping for, and keep her close, have it right there, a 7-7 maybe games into the first. I think that'll be good for their mentality, and hang in there tight and win at the end like they've done.
If you were a betting man, would you bet on Junior Bergen scoring a special teams touchdown?
No.
Okay.
I'm a betting man, so I don't think 3 weeks in a row, the odds of that are very good. So I'm going to say no.
Okay. Love it. Coach, Happy New Year. Good luck this weekend in Western AA play as it gets rolling. And I'm excited for the next 2 months. It's going to be fast and furious.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
Guy Almquist joining us here. Jason Walker Show. Conference play begins this week across the AA. You also have girls at home this weekend, both the Bengals and Bruin girls. So we'll talk to coaches Ben Dudek, Katie Garson-Forba tomorrow. Also scheduled Anthony Knoll, the Jefferson boys coach. They've picked up a couple of big wins in the non-conference portion of the schedule as well. So we'll get his thoughts on Columbus and 6'9" Hayden Stephenson. That's tall, dude. Holy cow, that's tall. Was it Les Kraft? What was he? 6'11", 7'1", played for the Hawks in Bozeman. He was a tall dude too, back in the day. He was a late 70s player for the Hawks. Yeah, man. I've never been tall, so I don't know what it's like. Rarefied air up there. No question about that. Let's see here. Yeah, you got the big football game this week. Who you picking? Jackrabbits or Grizz? You going with your heart, like Coach Almquist? You going with history with the Jackrabbits? I mean, what do you choose? Yeah, I will be picking South Dakota State, just because it's the rivalry, man. You can't pick the Grizz, and so there you go. Let's see here. Michigan, Washington in the national championship for FBS next Monday night. Who are you picking in that one? Man, some good stuff. And I saw something. This is like the first time since 2013 a school not named Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, someone else has not made it to the national. Georgia hasn't made it to the national championship. I can't wait for that 12-team football playoff next year to get started. Or is it 2 years? I think it's next year. Can we do it already, though? Man, I didn't watch a single bowl game yet, but I'll probably watch some of that national championship next week on Monday night. And then the Grizz play on Sunday afternoon on ABC against South Dakota State down there in Frisco. And somebody asked if I was going to Frisco. I'm like, no. If the Cats had been there, yes, I'd have been in Frisco this week doing the show from Tight End Sports Bar, but not going down for the Grizz. Sorry, Bobby, you won't be seeing me. Which I'm sure he's fine with. I'm sure he's totally fine with it. Let's do on this day in history. It is, as we mentioned, National Buffet Day today. It is also Personal Trainers Awareness Day. Not sure if those two coincide. Science Fiction Day today, and it's also National Cream Puff Day. I think this week, because we got into I mentioned the British Bake Off, the episode we were watching yesterday while we put all the Christmas decorations away was they made sausage rolls in one of the episodes for one of the challenges. And it looked really good. So I think my wife said this morning we might try to make sausage rolls this weekend. I think that'd be awesome. This date in 1832, the first curling club in the U.S. opened up, Orchard Lake Curling. 1865, man. I can't believe this. This is when men were men. Welterweight Con Oram and heavyweight Hugh O'Neill brawled for 185 rounds before darkness ends the bare-knuckle boxing match held in Virginia City, Montana. 185 rounds. Bare-knuckled. 1943, University of Kentucky Wildcats men's basketball team begins a 129-game home win streak, ended in 1955. That included NCAA titles in 1948, 49, and 51. On this date in 1966, the last NFL championship game played before the Super Bowl. Lambeau Field, Green Bay. Packers beat the Cleveland Browns 23-12. It was the first title game broadcast in color on TV, but it was the last one before the Super Bowl started the next year. 1982, Martina Navratilova won her first of 3 Australian Open singles crowns. She beat Chris Evert Lloyd 6-7, 6-4, 7-5. And I'm sure many of you remember where you were a year ago today. Monday Night Football. Damar Hamlin, Buffalo Bills player, collapsed in what they said was cardiac arrest. CPR, live television, he was revived against the Bengals in Cincinnati. And he came back to play this year. Does he get the comeback player of the year? Be hard to argue against why he shouldn't. Right? Man. That was... I just remember getting texts from friends like, are you watching football? And I don't watch the NFL, but I watched that night, turned it on right after it had happened. And I mean, my phone blew up with the text messages we got. So that was scary. Glad to see he's fine. Let's see. What else did we see? Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in for the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. Got to give our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week to everybody who got through Christmas holidays with school-aged children, including my wife, who figured out what it's like to have a child on Christmas break for more than just a couple of days when they're not in preschool or daycare. 13 days. She made it. But after about 2 days, she's like, when does this end? It also didn't help. She's been battling a cold for the last couple of weeks too. So, but man, yep. That's what it's like. We have a lot of years left of it. But did get to talk to my son the night before Christmas Eve. He called from Hawaii, so that was nice to check in with him. The U.S. Army. Yeah, it was a good break. We had a lot of good times. Got a lot of new music on Continental Divide Radio and good stuff going there too. So check that out. Continental Divide Radio, JasonWalkerMedia.com. You can let us know what you want to hear. And we've got a lot of things coming to that. Saturday nights we do, we started this in December, but it'll continue in 24. Country dance parties, where it's nothing but country for an hour, and 80s hour. And we'll add in more as we get throughout the year too. So going to be fun. Going to be a lot of good times. Fun first show back. Always is. Kid did not want to go back to school today, though. She was tired. And I said, sweetie, that means you had a good Christmas break. A lot of coloring, a lot of puzzles, a lot of games, and a whole lot of loaded diaper. Exploded Diapers, the song. If you don't know it, go check it out. And if you've watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you know it. Thanks to Brandon Day, Guy Almquist for joining us. We'll do it again tomorrow. Anthony Knoll scheduled, Katie Garson-Forba, Ben Dudek. It's going to be fun. Make sure you come back. Off-the-Wall Mancave, thanks to our sponsors, our great listeners and fans. And you yourself have a fantastic 2024. Happy New Year. See you back here tomorrow. Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.